हमने जो वो डिस्कस किया था ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव लंग डिजीजेस, ओके, याद है आप लोगों को ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव लंग डिजीजेस. So today we will discuss the restrictive lung diseases, okay. Now the difference between the, keep silence please, आवाज आ रही है मेरे पीछे? नहीं, keep silence please, this is very important topic, okay, because you are now at the end of the student life. This is the final year. Now you are becoming a doctor. Now you are approaching towards the practical life. ओके, तो अब जो है बिहेव योरसेल्फ और थोड़ा सा जो है वो कीप साइलेंस. ये टॉपिक दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि आप लोग जब वार्ड में आएंगे और ओपीडीज करेंगे, अभी तो ये फाइनल ईयर है, फाइनल ईयर के बाद फौरन जो है हाउस जॉब स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, एंड यू विल कम टू द ओपीडीज और इन द वार्ड्स यू विल फेस दीज पेशेंट्स, ओके, लॉट ऑफ पेशेंट्स with interstitial lung diseases, with obstructive lung diseases, with restrictive lung diseases. How will you differentiate? अगर आप जो है ये पढ़ेंगे, थोड़ा सा समझेंगे, ठीक है, only for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, okay? तो अगर 20 या 25 मिनट्स तक आप खामोश रहेंगे और इसको सुनेंगे, तो मेरे ख्याल में जब आप घर जाएंगे और इसको थोड़ा सा रिवाइज करेंगे तो आपके लिए बेहतर होगा, ठीक है. So keep silence please. जो अभी बात करेगा उससे मैं क्वेश्चन नहीं करूंगा, ठीक है. So there are two types of the lung diseases mainly. There are so many diseases of the respiratory system, but we are discussing mainly of two types: obstructive lung diseases and the restrictive lung diseases. We discussed the obstructive lung disease in the previous lecture. Now we are discussing the restrictive lung diseases. Actually, restrictive lung diseases are due to the involvement of the interstitium of the respiratory system, of the pulmonary system, or if there is a defect which decreases the vital capacity of the pulmonary system, that is known as the restrictive lung disease. So, there are so many diseases which causes the pulmonary manifestations. Those diseases which are actually extrapulmonary but may cause the pulmonary consequences or may involve the pulmonary system. For example, connective tissue diseases like rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is an extrapulmonary disease. It is the disease of the connective tissue. It is the disease of the joints and bones. But sometimes what happens, if there is a chronic rheumatoid arthritis, it involves the pulmonary system. Okay, for example, SLE. You know the SLE. SLE is a connective tissue disease. It is an extrapulmonary disease, but has the consequences of pulmonary system. Can involve the pulmonary system in the chronicity. Okay. So many other diseases like malignancy in elsewhere in the body can be metastasized and involve the pulmonary system. Okay, or so there are so many diseases which can cause the interstitial lung disease. Either they are extrapulmonary or they are pulmonary in origin. Okay, for example, I told you that some extrapulmonary diseases like connective tissue diseases, SLE, rheumatoid arthritis, or other diseases like granulomatous diseases, like bacterial diseases, for example, atypical pneumonia. Atypical pneumonia can also cause the interstitial lung disease. But these are the interstitial lung diseases are of three types. Some diseases are acute in presentation, while the other diseases are subacute in presentation, and the third category is the chronic diseases which are chronic in presentation, okay, which have the chronic presentation. So, for example, atypical pneumonia or viral pneumonia can cause the acute interstitial lung disease, because in the atypical pneumonia or in the viral pneumonia there is an involvement of the interstitium, there is a exudation of the fluid in the alveoli, okay, and there is an involvement of the respiratory bronchioles. So you will not see the consolidation localized in any fixed zone or any fixed area, but you will see bilateral infiltrations, reticular shadows in atypical pneumonia. Reticular shadows means lining, stress, lining in the atypical pneumonia because there is an involvement of the interstitium. For example, in COVID-19, you know, आप कब थे COVID-19 में फर्स्ट ईयर में सेकंड ईयर में first year में in COVID-19 there is also an involvement of the interstitium, okay, and there is a diffuse infiltration. जब आप chest X-ray देखेंगे there is a diffuse infiltration and bilateral involvement, not a unilateral. For example, आपने pneumonia पढ़ी होगी. Pneumonia, the most causative organism of pneumonia is the Streptococcus. Okay, if there is a bacterial pneumonia caused by the Streptococcus, you will find a localized consolidation in the chest X-ray. Okay, but in the some cases, for example, PCP, pneumocystis jirovecii pneumonia. In pneumocystis jirovecii pneumonia, this can cause the pneumonia in the immunocompromised patients like AIDS patients. Okay, in PCP pneumonia, you cannot find the consolidation in any fixed zone of the chest X-ray or any fixed no. But in the PCP pneumonia, you will find the scattered shadows, reticular shadows or reticulonodular shadows all over the lungs bilaterally. Okay. So some diseases are acute in presentation, some diseases are subacute in presentation, and some diseases are chronic in presentation. So today we will discuss the ILD. Actually, ILD, interstitial lung disease, is a group of diseases which belongs to the diffuse parenchymal lung disease. Diffuse parenchymal lung disease. There are so many diseases which cause the diffuse parenchymal lung diseases. For example, as I told you, there are some drugs like amiodarone, like methotrexate. Methotrexate is a drug of choice which are used in the rheumatoid arthritis. Okay? Yeah, nitrofurantoin. These are the common drugs which can cause the interstitial diffuse lung parenchyma, diffuse parenchymal lung disease. Okay, and ILD can cause the DPLD. Okay, diffuse parenchymal lung disease (ILD). So ILD, there is a group of certain diseases like IPF. Okay, what is IPF? Idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. Actually, ILD is a group of diseases which have unknown etiology. These are the idiopathic. Idiopathic means unknown etiology. There, the etiology is not known. Okay, so by interstitial lung disease, we don't know, but we can prevent the progression of these diseases. For example, there is another disease like NSIP. What is NSIP? Non-specific interstitial pneumonia. So there are certain pneumonias like interstitial pulmonary fibrosis, commonly known as the cryptogenic fibrosing alveolitis. In some books, you will read the IF as a fibrosing, chronic fibrosing alveolitis, CFA. Chronic fibrosing alveolitis. It is not another disease, but it is a second name of idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. NSIP is also a pneumonia that connects with the ILD, but it is the non-specific idiopathic pneumonia. Okay, LIP, lymphocytic interstitial pneumonia. Okay, LIP, RBILD. RBILD, which is another pneumonia. Okay, cough is cryptogenic organizing pneumonia, commonly known as WHO. Idiopathic bronchiolitic obliterans interstitial lung disease. ठीक है, WHO जिसको कहते थे. So there are the pneumonias, a group of the pneumonias which are idiopathic in origin and which are considered as a ILD because there are so many related symptoms, signs, symptoms, and the pattern of diagnosis. ओके, सो इसलिए हम उनको AILD सबको जो एक ही जगह पे करते हैं. बट the most common is the idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. Okay, the most common. Actually, the ILDs, interstitial lung diseases. You can see. Interstitial lung disease. Actually, the name indicates that the interstitial lung disease involves the only interstitium. And I told you that what is the interstitium? This is the basic thing. Okay? Anatomy, physiology में आप लोग पढ़ के आए थे. So this is the basic thing. Interstitium of the pulmonary system. ये अल्व्यूला है. अल्व्यूला के साथ में जो है वो कैपिलरीज जाती है. The endothelium of the capillary. Endothelium of the capillary के बाद there is a basement membrane of the capillary. There is a space and then is a basement membrane of the alveoli. Then the epithelial cell of the alveoli. Okay, now this space is known as the interstitial space. So this disease, actually the ILD, interstitial lung disease, actually involves that interstitium. Okay, and if there is a inflammation, chronic inflammation, so chronic inflammation, yeah, chronic irritation can cause the fibrosis. Fibrosis, there is a scoring and fibrosis. If there is a occurrence of the fibrosis in the interstitium, the exchange of the gases will be impaired. Okay, interstitium में क्या होता है? There is a diffusion of the gases from the alveoli. The oxygen comes into the pillar, and from the pillar the carbon dioxide comes into the alveoli. And ठीक है, so in the fibrosis, okay. In the fibrosis, if there is a fibrosis of the basement membranes, if there is a fibrosis of the interstitial space, the diffusion of the gases will be impaired. जब diffusion of the gases impaired होगा, patient क्या होगा? Patient को shortness of breath. Okay, patient develop shortness of breath. Patient will develop the dyspnea because there is a insufficient quantity of oxygen in the pillar. Patient needs the oxygen, but there is an impaired diffusion of the oxygen from the interstitium, from the lungs. So patient will develop the dyspnea, okay, or shortness of breath. But the ILDs are chronic in nature. There is a progressive slowly and gradually they involve the interstitium, and there is a progressive disease. Okay, and this is a chronic disease. They occur in the months or years. Okay, so how we can diagnose these signs and symptoms? क्या होंगे? Progressive dyspnea होगी, ठीक है. और क्या होगा? Right, if there is a fibrosis of this interstitium का fibrosis हो गया, ठीक है, तो क्या symptoms patient develop करेगा? cough, okay, cough product होगी या dry cough होगी? Dry cough, because why dry cough? Acceleration थोड़ी है. Why there is a dry cough in the ILD? Because there is involvement of the interstitium, but this is also pneumonia, idiopathic interstitial pneumonia, ठीक है. IITs जिसको कहते हैं, ये भी नमूनिया है. वैसे बैक्टीरियल नमूनिया, कम्युनिटी एक्वायर्ड नमूनिया भी नमूनिया है. Why there is a product cough in the community acquired pneumonia, but there is a dry cough in the ILD? Because in the community acquired pneumonia, there is a exudation of the fluid from the interstitial space into the alveoli. Okay, there is a exudation of fluid. Exudation of the plasma from the interstitial space into the alveoli. But in the ILD, there is a fibrosis. There is an involvement of the only interstitium. There is no exudation of the fluid in the alveoli. Okay. Now in the community acquired pneumonia in cave, there is a product curve. Okay, why? आपने पैथोलॉजी में पढ़ा होगा, there is a gray hepatization, red hepatization, liquefaction, ठीक है, स्टेजेस होते हैं कंसोलिडेशन के। तो इन liquefaction stage there is a liquefaction of the जो है exudation, जो exudation हो गई थी अल्वुला में, उसकी liquefaction हो गई, ठीक है, liquefaction हो जाएगी, patient will develop the product curve. Okay, there is irritation. Due to the irritation, patient develop the cough and cough जब करेगा तो वो sputum expectorate करेगा. Is it okay? But in the ILDs, interstitial lung disease, patient develop the dry cough because there is no exudation of the fluid in the alveoli, so there is only dry cough. Patient can develop the shortness of breath due to the impairment of the gases. Okay. And patient can develop the dry cough because due to the irritation of the interstitium. Okay, rarely these diseases, ILDs, can involve the bronchi. Rarely, okay, but usually these diseases, ILDs, involve the interstitium, involve the septas, okay, involve the vasculature like capillaries, okay. And the respiratory bronchioles. What are the respiratory bronchioles? आपने बेसिक में पढ़ा होगा।
And bronchioles जो alveoli के
Here are the terminal bronchioles. Okay, beyond the terminal bronchioles, respiratory bronchioles or beyond the terminal bronchioles. Trachea जो main bronchi divides into main bronchi further divides into bronchioles. Then bronchioles further divide into the terminal bronchioles, and then terminal bronchioles further divide, and there is a formation of the respiratory bronchioles. Away from the respiratory bronchioles, there are the alveolar tracts, and finally there are the alveoli or the alveolar tracts. Okay, so interstitial disease rarely comes possible from the respiratory bronchioles. Rarely, very rarely. Usually it involves the alveoli, interstitium of the alveoli and respiratory bronchioles. Okay, so what develops? पेशेंट ने जो है वो शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रीथ डेवलप की, और क्या हुआ? ड्राई कफ। और क्या होगा? ड्यू टू द इंटरस्टिशियम, फाइब्रोसिस ऑफ इंटरस्टिशियम। और पेशेंट को क्या सिम्टम्स होंगे? साइंस क्या होंगी? साइनोसिस। साइनोसिस डेवलप करेगा नहीं करेगा? Because there is a involvement of the interstitium, there is a impaired diffusion of the gases, there is a damping of the carbon dioxide in the billet. Okay, ऑक्सीजन तो मिल ही नहीं रही, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो है वो उसमें स्टोर हो रही है ब्लड में, तो पेशेंट विल डेवलप ऑटोमेटिकली सेंट्रल साइनोसिस, नॉट पेरिफेरल साइनोसिस. What is difference between the central cyanosis and peripheral cyanosis? Can anyone? What is the difference between the central cyanosis and the peripheral cyanosis? Okay, ये पढ़ लेना. Peripheral cyanosis means cyanosis occurs periphery in the body. Okay. Fingers, nails, tip of the nose, ear lobules, okay, lips. These are the peripheral parts of the body. Peripheral cyanosis means cyanosis occurring in the peripheral parts of the body. Central cyanosis means center of the body like tongue. ठीक है. In peripheral cyanosis there is no cyanosis on the tongue or the tongue, but in the central cyanosis tongue is also cyanosed. Okay. So this is the difference. So patient will develop the central cyanosis due to the excessive accumulation of the carbon dioxide in the blood. Okay, shortness of breath हो गई, और पेशेंट ने ड्राई कफ भी डेवलप कर ली, पेशेंट ने जो है वो साइनोसिस भी डेवलप कर लिया, और क्या करेगा? ड्यू टू द एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड पेशेंट विल डेवलप द क्लबिंग. क्लबिंग आपने देखी होगी कि पल्मोनरी, देयर आर सो मेनी पल्मोनरी डिजीजेस in which patient develop the clubbing. ठीक है, और clubbing due to the hypoxemia. Okay, clubbing occurs due to the hypoxemia. What is hypoxemia? Means decrease amount of the oxygen, increase amount of the carbon dioxide in the blood. So patient will develop the clubbing. Okay, then क्लबिंग के बाद पेशेंट और क्या डेवलप करेगा? पल्मोनरी हाइपरटेंशन. you know that pulmonary vessels are sensitive with the oxygen. अगर उनमें जो है वो ऑक्सीजन मिलेगी they will dilate. पल्मोनरी सिस्टम का सिस्टम ही उल्टा है। अगर जो है पल्मोनरी वेसल्स जो है उनको अगर ऑक्सीजन की कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा अमाउंट में मिलेगी तो they will dilate. Okay? If there is a decreased oxygen concentration in the blood because there is a fibrosis of interstitium, there is a diffusion of the cases, ऑक्सीजन ब्लड में आ ही नहीं रही, अब क्या करेंगे? अब ये होगा कि पल्मोनरी वेसल्स जो है वो कंस्ट्रिक्ट हो जाएगी, देयर इज अ डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द पल्मोनरी हाइपरटेंशन। आई बात समझ में? नहीं आई समझ में? देखिए जैसे पेरिफेरल वेस्कुलर सिस्टम है, इसकी जो है अगर नैरोइंग हो जाए, if there is a constriction of the vessels, there will develop hypertension, systemic hypertension, okay? But there is also a pulmonary hypertension. Pulmonary hypertension develops when there is a decreased quantity of oxygen in the blood. Okay? Patient will develop the pulmonary hypertension. और pulmonary hypertension develop हो गया, अब क्या होगा? अब patient को क्या हो गया? Due to the development of the pulmonary hypertension, patient will develop the right-sided heart failure, carpulmonale. ऐसा है या नहीं है? आपने सीरियस में पढ़ा होगा, ठीक है? तो due to the development of the pulmonary hypertension, patient will develop the carpulmonale. Means carpulmonale means there is an involvement of the both systems, respiratory system as well as the cardiovascular system. Okay? There is a failure. Patient is going towards the failure of the right heart. Okay? And there will be appearance of the symptoms of the failure of the right heart, like JVP. Patient, हम उसमें साइंस क्या देखेंगे? Patient develop the JVP, increased JVP, and there will be the right heave, right sternal heave, and there is a tenderness of the liver, hepatomegaly, tender hepatomegaly. There is a development of the edema. Can patient develop the edema, right heart failure? Because in the right heart failure, usually patient develop the edema or the dependent areas. Okay, तो patient जो है वो right heart failure जो develop करती है, ठीक है? चलो, these are the signs symptoms. How we can diagnose the ILD? So ILD first of all पेशेंट इन सिम्टम्स के साथ आएगा आपके पास। शॉर्टेज ऑफ ब्रीथ, जैसे हमने वो क्यों हो रहे हैं सिम्टम्स, वो भी मैकेनिज्म हमने डिस्कस कर लिया कि भाई ये जो सारे सिम्टम्स पेशेंट को हो रहे हैं वो क्यों हो रहे हैं, क्लबिंग क्यों हो रही है, साइनोसिस क्यों हो रही है, शॉर्टेज ऑफ ब्रीथ क्यों हो रहे हैं, सारे हमने डिस्कस कर लिए। अब ये सब पेशेंट आपके पास आ जाए, देयर इज ए इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ द पल्मोनरी सिस्टम। मैंने आप लोगों को बताया था, इफ देयर इज इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ पल्मोनरी सिस्टम, यू विल ऑर्डर फॉर द चेस्ट एक्सरे कि भाई चेस्ट एक्सरे करवा के आ जाए, ठीक है? चेस्ट एक्सरे में आप क्या देखना चाहते हैं? चेस्ट एक्सरे में रेटिकुलर शेडोज, इनफिल्ट्रेट्स, कुड बी इनफिल्ट्रेट्स। अगर पेशेंट आईएलडी का होगा तो देयर विल बी दी रेटिकुलर शेडोज। रेटिकुलर शेडोज मींस स्ट्रेस, ठीक है? सेक्टर्स आपको नजर आएंगे, जैसे यू विल सी द चेस्ट एक्सरे ऑफ द पल्मोनरी एडिमा। जैसे आप लोगों को पल्मोनरी एडिमा का एक्सरे मिलेगा, एटिपिकल नमूनिया का एक्सरे मिलेगा, इसी तरह जो है वो आईएलडी का आपको एक्सरे मिलेगा। You are suspecting that this patient may be suffering from the ILD. Okay? यहाँ अगर ILD नहीं है, कोई प्लूरल इफ्यूजन है, न्यूमोथोरेक्स भी आपको मिल सकती है, because there is a in the ILD there is a fibrosis of the interstitium, and fibrosis can cause the delicate membrane of the interstitium. This delicate membrane is prone for the rupturing. अगर पेशेंट ने जल्दी कोई एक्सरसाइज की या कोई भागा, अचानक कोई ऐसा सिस्टम हो गया जो है वो इंटरस्टिशियम रप्चर हुआ, पेशेंट डेवलप दी न्यूमोथोरेक्स, ठीक है? तो आईएलडी का पेशेंट जो है वो हमारे पास न्यूमोथोरेक्स की वजह से भी आ सकता है, ठीक है? तो चेस्ट एक्सरे हो गया। अब आपने सस्पेक्ट कर लिया कि दिस इज द इंटरस्टिशियल लंग डिजीज। अब क्या करेंगे? कौन सी इन्वेस्टिगेशन कराएंगे? you will go for the, you can do the HRCT, लेकिन अदर इन्वेस्टिगेशन भी चेक कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। चलो HRCT आप लोगों ने करवा ली, ठीक है, लेकिन फंक्शन PFT पे पहले, ठीक है। PFT पल्मोनरी फंक्शन टेस्ट इज बिफोर द HRCT, ओके। पल्मोनरी फंक्शन टेस्ट आप कराएंगे बिकॉज यू विल सी, you will diagnose that either this disease is the obstructive in nature or restrictive in nature. आपको ये तो पता चले कि ये जो डिजीज हो रही है ये obstructive in nature है या restrictive in nature है। If there is a obstructive in nature, you will give the bronchodilators. There is no need of HRCT. There is no need of CT chest with contrast or CT plain. Okay, आपने bronchodilators दे दिए, पेशेंट ठीक हो गया, शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रीथ सबसाइड हो गई, साइनोसिस सबसाइड हो गई, बिकॉज देयर कुड बी द शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रीथ, देयर कुड बी द साइनोसिस इन अदर ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव डिजीजेस लाइक एस्थमा। एस्थमा जो है, इफ देयर इज ए acute onset of the asthma, if there is a exacerbation of the asthma, patient can develop the central cyanosis, patient can develop the shortness of breath. Even patient cannot talk even of one word. Okay. चलो HRCT हम करेंगे। HRCT में क्या तुम थोड़ा सा जो है इन्वेस्टिगेट अभी ये तो देखिए। चलो HRCT में क्या मिलेगा हमें? HRCT अगर हम मेंशन करवा HRCT, why we are doing the HRCT in ILD? This is the very important question for you people. Why we are going for the HRCT? For the diagnosis of ILD, not the CT plain or CT chest with contrast. क्यों भाई? Anyone from you? जो बात कर रहे हैं वो जो है उनमें से कोई एक जवाब दे दे, पीछे से जो बात कर रहे हैं उनमें से कोई एक जवाब दे दे। Why in ILD we are going for the HRCT, not the CT chest? Because in ILD there is an involvement of the interstitium, okay, but in other diseases there is an involvement of the bronchi, lymph nodes and other जो है वो bronchioles, not the interstitium, only interstitium. So HRCT is best for if there is an involvement of the interstitium, but if there is an involvement of the mediastinum, if there is an involvement of the lymph nodes, if there is an involvement of the main bronchi, for example main bronchi में कोई mass आ गया, ठीक है, कोई enlargement of the lymph node आ गया, तो आप उसको जो है वो डिफरेंशिएट करने के लिए CT की तरफ जाएंगे। तो जब हम HRCT करेंगे इन ILDs, तो HRCT में जो PFT हो गई, PFT में हमें रेस्ट्रिक्टिव पैटर्न मिलेगा, और HRCT जब हमने की तो HRCT में हमने रेटिकुलर नोडुलर शेडोज मिलेंगे। ओके, यहाँ तो रेटिकुलर शेडोज मिलेंगे या रेटिकुलर नोडुलर शेडोज मिलेंगे। यहाँ जो है देयर इज ए हनीकॉम्बिंग भी मिल सकती है। HRCT में हमें क्रॉस जो है वो ब्रोंकिएक्टेसिस मिल सकती है। ओके, HRCT में हमें अगर ILD के पेशेंट ने न्यूमोथोरेक्स डेवलप किए, वी कैन फाइंड द न्यूमोथोरेक्स इन द HRCT। ओके, एंड इन द HRCT एक टर्म आता है ग्राउंड ग्लास हेजीनेस। ओके, ग्राउंड ग्लास, व्हाट इज द ग्राउंड ग्लास हेजीनेस? याद रखें, आपको आगे काम आएगी कि HRCT जब आप पढ़ेंगे उसमें देखेंगे देयर इज ए ग्राउंड ग्लास हेजीनेस और द बेसल पार्ट्स ऑफ द बोथ लंग्स। तो व्हाट इज द ग्राउंड ग्लास हेजीनेस? ग्राउंड ग्लास हेजीनेस मींस देयर इज ए स्लाइट एक्सुडेशन ऑफ द फ्लूइड इन द alveoli, so there is a ground glass haziness. Okay, and ground glass haziness always indicates the active infection. It means that a patient with ILD also has developed the infection in the pulmonary system. Okay, other investigations क्या होंगी?